Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We are back for some more F1 24 driver career mode for round number 15 of 24, ready for the Dutch Grand Prix. And if you did not check out the last video, please go check that out below. But first things first, let's cut straight to the chase. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads. I am extremely sorry. It's been a really busy month for me with stuff outside of the sim racing life that has kind of caught up, and it's made really no time to make a live commentary. So it's been tough, but we're still on that grind, and we're back, and hopefully I can, whenever I have time, I can get to some more commentary and get some more videos out. But I thank everybody who's been supporting this channel so far, and you know, for everybody for the support. I greatly appreciate it. You guys have been awesome. But let's cut straight to the chase on what happened last race, and it was around Spa, where we actually finished P5. It was a great result. We had a penalty that kind of ruined P4 since Ricardo got the podium, but not the podium, he got P4. But yeah, it is time for the summer break now. And to see where we stand the summer break, obviously no contract negotiations, thankfully, unlike every year you have to do with the summer break. But we do have a massive upgrade package coming onto the car, and actually the energy store, something in the chassis department has failed. I do believe that aerodynamics, the aero, one of the upgrades came on, so the major weight redistribution upgrade failed, so that actually will come on time ready for Baku. We actually can't afford it, so we'll put that on ready for Baku. Or Gasly might do it. I think Gasly's gonna do it. He's got the label on it, so hopefully Gasly can purchase that upgrade. Actually, that will actually help out. And I believe we did get something in the front downforce or rear downforce, but we've actually have unlocked drag reduction. I believe we unlocked drag reduction, but we are somewhat slow in the straights. To be fair, I will say, but we'll just see ultimately what happens. But we do have the combustion chamber for something in the engine department has actually came on, and that is good to hear. So as we move on, ready for the weekend, it's actually, we'll take a look at the performance index, and actually we've made big gains, and we've actually closed down that gap to the top 5 teams. So we are really close to Aston, really close to Ferrari. Yeah, we're slowly chasing into that top 5 pack, and that is a good sign to see. We've made massive improvements considering where we started in the season, where we were really off the pace. We've made really solid improvements, and that is good to see. So RB, Kick Sauber, and Haas, they are kind of tied right there. Sauber is in a cluster bomb, if you could say, or whatever the hell. I'm trying not to curse, but yeah. So far this weekend has been somewhat of a underlier. I'm not really having the best, but we're going to give it a go here in qualifying and see what we can do for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Just look at that sea of orange. No surprises if I tell you we're here in Holland at Zandvoort for the Max Verstappen celebration party. It's a quick track and perfect for high speeds, high stakes qualifying. Welcome along to the Dutch Grand Prix qualifying day.
Alrighty, welcome aboard for qualifying here. And like I said before, this track has really not been one of my favorite tracks. I will say this track revolved around a lot of high downforce, and if your car is not that good in the downforce, if you don't have a good high downforce setup, it's really going to struggle. And like I said, I'm not really a big fan of this track, and it's really been tough. And so far, we're really struggling with the front end, and absolutely took way out banking, and completely ate the curb and absolutely had a massive spin. And we'll have to get out the way of, I believe that is the Kick Sauber Valtteri Bottas behind us, so we're going to have to let him go here. Make sure we don't get in the way, but we're going to go once again. We had enough fuel on board. We have enough, and almost lost the car once again. We touched a little bit of the inside curb, and heading through a lot of this, like I said, a lot of this track very much resolves around of a lot of high speed, medium speed to a couple low speed corners, and I feel like the high speed corners are really going to be strong for us, but it's mainly going to be, I believe, the low speed where we're really going to struggle this weekend. And I'm not, like I said before, this is not really my best track, and really just not having what I want coming in. I don't really have the best out of this car. I can't really maximize the potential of this car, and I know that this car is quick, but I really cannot maximize the potential that we have. So heading into the this section of the track here, right? So again, touch the inside curb a little bit, and then use up all the exit. And we're a little bit low on fuel, but we will make it across the line. Go back down to 5th gear if you can, and take as much curb on the exit. Do not take too much. You will actually, the ride height and the floor will catch you, and will take you out. That's for sure. But we're coming across checkered flag, and that's actually going to be P11. It's a 111.043, so it's not even in the 110s. Borderline almost 110s, but that was really not a great lap. To be fair, it was on a used set of tires. But we're really off the pace, really off, and we're about a full second off Pierre Gasly. So our teammates, so we're gonna have to go out again and see if we can get a better run this time. To be fair, the first run was a pretty much a shocker, but we're gonna go again here. We actually came out with about 4 minutes left on track and see what we can maximize. There is some rain scheduled for the race, and I believe towards the end of quali. So kind of trying to beat the rain, I guess you could say, but heading through into the banking, actually a lot better heading through there as we headed through Tarzan as well, approaching Skyflock. I believe that is what the corner is called, Skyflock or whatever. But up this part right here, it is flat out. You'll see completely flat out. Last year it was not flat out. You had to kind of lift off the gas. We do scrub maybe a little bit of speed when we are going flat out. I feel like the AI are as well, but honestly I don't know. But that corner is flat out, which has actually gained us a lot of time. We're about 5 tenths up now, almost 6 tenths up, but it's not really the lap I want. And we're still nowhere near Gasly's pace, and we're kind of in the drop zone here. We only go P15, and we get ahead of Sargent, we get ahead of Hulkenberg, but we're not really that safe. And we go again for another lap, and we're not really finding much time, and everybody else is kind of out here, so we're really not finding too much time. We have a full tenth now, but we gained a lot of time through there. We had a little bit of a moment through that corner, a little bit of wheel spin, but we found about 2 tenths, almost 3 tenths now. This could actually boost our chances of getting into Q2 here through the last part of the track. DRS wide open. Let's see where this is going to put us here as we come across the checker flag now. It's actually going to be P11, so not nowhere in the top 10, but that could be safe. We have to wait to see what Albon and Lance Stroll can do and anybody else, but I believe we'll make it into Q2, and yes we do. We just get into Q2, 6 tenths off from Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton sets the benchmark of 1.09504, and we're about 2 tenths off, I believe a tenth off Gasly, but there's your bottom 5. Logan Sargent, Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, Zhou Guanyu, and Valtteri Bottas are your bottom 5 that are out. So both Haas's, both Kick Saubers, and one of the Williams. So yeah, I can only imagine what the rest of this qualifying session is going to bring. Definitely a very intense session. To be fair, we really didn't need to make it that intense, but as we go on for Q2, we actually go P7, and then time runs out, and then we go P12, so we will have to set another lap, but the rain is going to come in about 10 minutes. Now, I believe we can wait towards the end to set a benchmark, but we go out without 2 minutes remaining, and the rain's actually nowhere near us, so we actually are a little bit safe. We are sitting P12 though. Both the RBs are behind us, and it'll be interesting. Sainz is on the cutoff. Sainz is P11. Stroll is P10. So it is very tight, and this field is super close. And especially since we've been becoming into the, we've been interfering with the top 5 teams. We've kind of been joining the front. I would say the lower front end of the field. It's been very, very, very tight, and both the RBs also still having really good pace this weekend too, so they're actually something to watch out. Same for as Williams as well. Alex Albon has absolutely been flying this week. We come across checker flag now. We go P8. We set a 109.952. Everybody else has gone out though. When we come into the pits, I do not think we are in the Q2, and I believe I see P13 on the dash. And yes, it is. We are out in Q2, and that was really not the run I needed, and that was really just sums up the struggle of this qualifying session, and it was really bad. Gasly just gets through. I wouldn't say he was clear by a full tenth, and he's about 2 tenths off the top teams as well. So yeah, just kind of a missed opportunity, but actually just kind of shows that I'm kind of more struggling than what Pierre is, and I think this weekend is going to be very tough. And again, high downforce track, very narrow, Not a lot of overtaking opportunities, so the best opportunity I think we have is going to be probably through the banking and heading into the section, but I am curious to see what some of the lap times are compared to ours, and just good data to take and to take it to note. So when it comes to the race, I don't know what we can achieve. We can achieve something or something, so we'll have to give it a go and see what we can do. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough session, tough race. So yeah, let's get ready for the race.
For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. Zandvoort circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. And watch out for cars making use of the DRS zone into turn 1 to attempt an overtake. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And starting next to them is George Russell. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Gasly, Sainz, Stroll, Albon, Cowboy, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Fernando Alonso, Sargent, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Joe, Bottas, and Yuki Tsunoda. And now it's time to head down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box today with the best view on what is about to unfold and some strong views on the action we're about to see, Naomi Schiff. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not. Now, sadly, things didn't work out for them last time. It was a bad race. Question is, though, can they recover today?
It is true, they had a really tough day in the office last time out, but they cannot dwell on that. It's so important to turn the page and start on a blank slate, because the more you dwell on that, the less it's going to push you in the right direction. So take some notes. Obviously, there's things to be learned, but move on.
Alrighty, welcome to the grid. Lining up P11. Some grid penalties kind of boosted us up towards the grid, but yeah, let's take a look at the strategy. Rain towards the middle of the race. I don't think it's going to be too bad, so I think it'll be just a light shower, but it could be a heavy shower, who really knows. But it's going to be a one-stop strategy. Softs to the mediums. We like I said, we might have to see the inters in the middle of the race, so I don't know. It's coming towards the end, and then the sun will pop out, so we'll see what happens. It's kind of going to be like the real-life Grand Prix from last season, so we're going to get a little bit of some spice, I guess you could say. But 36 laps, not an easy track to overtake, really tough track, and we're going to try to maximize the best that we can. But Gasly in a great position. He's starting off really strong, but here we go. 5 red lights here around the Dutch Grand Prix, 36 laps around this place, and we are green flag, and we are ready to go here for the Dutch Grand Prix. We get a somewhat of a decent start, not really the best start, but Alex Albon got a really much of a better start than us. We had to touch a little bit of the inside curb, not the outside of the corner with the grass, and Hamilton actually pounced on us through that part of the track. We go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton through this corner, and we lose a little bit of the back end. We have actually my wheel actually snapped out of my hands, and we're absolutely having all sorts of contact. We're 4 wide here, down through the next couple of corners of 4, 5, and 6. Who's going to back out towards Skyflock? We get ahead, but absolutely dirty by me. I don't know what happened, but the wheel just snapped out of my hands when we were trying to overtake Hamilton, and I absolutely just dive bombed. And that was, if that is a penalty, I don't know what that should be. That should be a complete penalty, because that was just dirty. A lot of contact. We're 4 wide coming down here. Fernando Alonso is absolutely chasing us, same as Daniel Ricciardo, all over the back of Alonso. But Sargent actually pounced on us as well. So Logan Sargent, as this video actually comes out, Sargent got replaced, And well, let's see if he gets replaced in the video game as in F124 as well. But we keep going. The two Williams are going to be very tough to overtake, though. They got really good straight line speed. They've always had really good straight line speed ever since, you know, early in the year. But let's take a look and see what happened. Absolutely just lost the back end, and absolutely when I smacked Hamilton, the wheel ripped out of my hand completely. And Hamilton had to take the outside curb. It was 4 wide at one point. We were side by side. Ricardo was trying to sneak through, but we were side by side with Alonso, and that was a very much dirty. I don't know if the stewards would look at that, but if I was a steward, I would absolutely give myself a penalty. Not trying to throw myself under the bus, but that was very, very, very dirty. So, but we got to keep going. Lap 3, Sargent staying within Alex Albon's pace. Albon is also staying with the Ferraris, so we have a massive DRS train forming up, and I believe this was before the patch where they said they fixed DRS trains, so it's going to be a pretty tough race, I'd say, when it comes to the DRS train. Like I said, very narrow track, and you really need a good setup around this place. But lap 6 now. Alonso is threatening us. He's really putting us under pressure at this point, and obviously that Aston is obviously Alonso kind of out of position, and Alonso is going to be a dangerous threat. Hamilton also will be a dangerous threat later on in this race whenever he comes through this field, if he really even has the pace. But yeah, we really cannot get past Sargent, because Sargent's getting the DRS from Albon. That's actually helping him stay within the range, but he's actually out of DRS now, so he's really struggling on his tires now, or he just does not have the greatest of pace. But we have to overtake Sargent before lap 11. Hopefully we can reach that target, but like I said, Logan at Williams is they got good straight line speed compared to us, and really the AI have, say, better straight line speed than really all of us. I feel like they're running a lot less lower downforce, but their straight line speed is incredible, I guess you could say. So 28% on the front right tire, so that's very bad, but we're in the DRS now of Sargent. We could possibly get around Sargent if we can. We try to go down the inside of Logan. Logan's going to fight this around the outside. He doesn't really defend, but we get that move done, and we move into P11. Alex Albon is up there into the points paying position, so we jump ahead. Alonso gets stuck, and he now has to try to get around Sargent, and that will be absolutely fun to watch. But if Sargent stays in the DRS, Alonso really should not be a threat. But yeah, Logan's really struggling on his tires, or he just doesn't have that good a pace. But we're going to try to keep going forward to see if we can catch up to Alex Albon and also Carlos Sainz. But Pierre Gasly, he's having a great race. He's up there in that group, and we got basically 2 DRS trains forming up, and I believe this was after the DRS trains patch, because yeah, these trains were pretty shocking this race. Very shocking, and you could see just the second group of the lower midfield and the back markers compared to the upper midfield towards the front. It's a massive train. So Alonso did get around Sargent. Ricardo also got around Sargent, so Sargent's really falling off the face of the earth at this point. But Alonso is really having really strong pace, and he's showing really good pace compared to us. Like I said, we've really been struggling a lot through this weekend to finding the actual balance that we want in this car. I do feel a little bit better. I do feel comfortable in the race. Not really struggling with anything, mainly just the tires at the moment. I've had a couple of, let's say I've maybe touched some grass here and there. Obviously, that's why I got a lot of, marbles and dirt and sand all over the car, because I've gone off track a little bit with fighting other drivers. But Alonso down the inside, we really didn't want to defend that, but we go around the outside though. I feel like you could get a good run on the outside if you keep this fair and clean, but we're going to go around the outside of Alonso, and we make it tough, but we get around him. Well, we stay ahead, and Alonso kind of has to come back at us again, so kind of held it around the outside. It's really good to get a run around Tarzan around the outside, because you can actually really defend really well. But here comes Alonso once again, and he's got that straight line speed. He's got that, again, lower downforce I think Alonso is running, and he gets around us as they head through Tarzan now. Very tough to really hold off that Aston Martin, and we actually lose out another position. His pace is really strong, as he's actually pulled a whole second, and now Daniel Ricciardo is next up. And Ricciardo is absolutely having a little bit of a charge in that RB, but the rain has started to fall, and we are getting some light sprinkles, so we could see a change of weather conditions, but the tires look like they're about to explode. So I'm really thinking about coming into the pits this lap, because the rain, it's not getting better. The track is really getting to me, but look at the 60% on the right front. That is absolutely terrifying. That is in the puncture territory range. I'm not liking that. Here comes Ricardo now, and he thought about it, but he just ultimately stays back there and doesn't really do anything. So clutch, I guess you could say. I don't really know, but we have actually had some off-track moments. We've had a little bit of a slide here and there, and we actually probably lost a lot of time, and we're still really struggling. We have no front end, obviously. Tires are about to explode. The rain's really bad. Let's really thinking about going into the pits next lap, but we stayed out one more lap because there's really not interconditions yet. Ricardo goes down the inside. We had actually got a little bit squeezed off, and we actually almost lose the car, and Sargent gets right around us. We are really struggling. We need to box this lap. The track is very, very, very greasy. Let's very greasy, and really somehow managed to do that. Let's get another replay look once again. Just that drift, and Hamilton is still back here as well, so really has not been the season Hamilton has really looked forward to. But yeah, we definitely need to box this lap. The rain is definitely getting bigger. Well, I wouldn't say bigger. It's getting more tougher and tougher as each lap goes, and to be fair, the tire is absolutely falling off the face of the earth, and that front right tire in absolutely punctured territory. We can't even get the power down to save our life, and we've lost about 1 point, almost 2 seconds to Sargent from just all the wheel spin we've had. So we gotta box, and it is time, I believe, for Inter. So we will pit for the Inter tire, and I'll be curious to see what some other drivers are gonna do. I wonder if they're gonna stay out and wait till the rain ends, or well, no one has really made a pit stop in this race yet, so we're gonna be the first. I feel like the first to make a pit stop. Actually, no, here comes Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg comes into the pits. Let's see what the Haas are doing down there. Also, one of the Kick Saubers is in as well, but we're going Inters. You know, the softs were, if we had another set of softs, which I think we do, we could have possibly pitted for that as well. But Hulkenberg goes to mediums. Zhou Guanyu or Bottas, they go to the Inters as well. I don't know what Haas are doing. I believe that was Bottas, or no, that was Zhou Guanyu. So Haas absolutely having a, I don't know who the strategy team is down there. It's got to be someone from RB or someone from Ferrari, because that was quite of a joke. And everybody else now comes into the pits, and I don't know where we're really going to stack up, honestly, because I don't really know, but they've really struggled on this lap into the pits, where a lot of the field has kind of just really struggled just to get the power down. But everybody's in. We're going to see what happens and where we come out through this banking part. Very bumpy. You could really feel the bumps through a force feedback wheel, and I will say that it kind of hurts your fingers a little bit if you, depending on how much force feedback you run. But we're coming out of Tarzan corner now. A lot of people came into the pits. Alonso came in, Ricardo came in, everybody basically came in, but we sit P11, so we actually get right back around Alonso, and Alex Albon is actually in. He's in distance, and we're now going to be running some who's ready for some rain laps, because it is time for intermediates and to see how much the pace that we got in the Inters. And I am a lot better in the Inter conditions than full wets. I really struggle in full wets, that's for sure. And the rain is not really too bad, but actually Albon gets around Sainz, so even Sainz, he must have stayed out another lap or something, or he got front wing damage, because he came in the pit again, and well, he lost out. So now we really just are in this train. And Alonso, again, he's all over the back of us. Ricardo is five seconds back, so he's not really a threat. But here comes Sainz around Alex Albon. They're gonna go side by side through Tarzan corner. Who's gonna get ahead? Albon defends the inside line, but Sainz comes right back around the outside. Someone's gonna have to back out through 3 and going up into turn 4. But Sainz gets around Albon, and well, hopefully we can do that, because we really need to get around Alex. And Gasly is sitting. Look where Gasly's sitting, P4 in the driver tracker. And go on, Pierre. Show Alpine the true speed that you got. And one Alpine's doing good. The other Alpine's really struggling just to get through the field. And Gasly's really kind of outbeaten us again. And you saw earlier that the teammate battle, it's very tight. And we've ultimately, out of this season, we really outperformed Gasly, but we run out very wide. I don't know what happened, lack of concentration through there. And we go side by side with Alonso now heading down into this corner here. Really struggled to turn in the car at some points, but Alonso got much better speed and I guess you could say much better traction out that corner, and DRS has been enabled, and I think it is time to go to dries, and we are going to go to dries. The track really dried out. It was a very short rain stint. It wasn't that long, but it still made the track very greasy, and everybody else has now basically came in. We have a little bit of a double stack down at Alpine. Obviously, I came in to react, and we're actually going to go soft tires, so we're going to be curious to see what other drivers do. Albon goes hards. Alonso goes hards. We can run to the end on these soft tires. I mean, I don't know why they went for the hard tire. I mean, the softs feel overall better than half the other tires. Even I ran the hard tire in practice. It didn't really feel that great. And, well, the soft tire is kind of where to go, but clearly the AI have a different strategy plan. The track is still somewhat damp. Got to get on that dry racing line, but yeah, we keep going, and now we're really on the charge to get around Albon and try to catch Alonso. But like I said, Alex Albon's pace really going to be the struggling point, because again, that Williams super quick in the straight line, and I mean super quick, where it's really going to be a struggle just to get around him. So we have to really kind of play the cards right. And Hamilton, also keep an eye out for Hamilton, but we'll see what the pace is on there. But we're on the soft tires. We really got to capitalize on these soft tires while they're fresh and clean. But we get through the banking, but we cannot get close to Alex. I mean, the speed that Williams has in the straight line is really costing us just to get around him. I mean, it is terrible. And I can stay close in between the high speeds, but the medium speeds, low speed corners, oh, it's abysmal. I mean, it's just it's bad. It's really bad. And some medium corners like through there felt really good, but the low speed is very, very bad. And Alonso is just gonna pull away more and more as he goes on, because he's got the clean air, obviously. I mean, I don't know where. Yeah, he's got some fresh air, obviously. We got the McLaren and the Ferrari up there, but we really got to capitalize on this. And we got the DRS now. We got the speed. We're dumping overtake, but he's got the speed. It's crazy. We just cannot get close, and we try again, and we still cannot get around him. I mean, it's really costing us valuable time and positions, and everybody has kind of spread it out, thankfully. So not really a massive DRS train. But we can't really use up the soft tires as much as we want to, because we really cannot get around Alex. And obviously Alex is sitting P11, but we're literally in touching distance of the points. I mean, the points are there. I could legit smell the points from P12. And Alonso, I think if we just get into clean air, I think we can maybe even catch Alonso. But it just really shows how much I've really struggled this weekend and through this whole weekend, where I just cannot match sometimes the AI's pace, and it's really, really, really bad. So we have to kind of keep going. But Hamilton kind of chipping away at the time, but not really. And that is Sergio Perez, and that's actually a retirement in this Grand Prix. That is the first retirement, I believe. Sergio Perez in the Red Bull, he's out of this race, and some sort of mechanical failure has ruined his chances of points. So that means Albon is in the points, and we need to capitalize now, because, well, points are there. We go down the inside of Alex Albon, but we had to kind of back out because I really didn't want to fight him through Tarzan, but he held off a great defense, and he's able to get the traction off that corner heading down towards the banking really good, but we're dumping everything we got. It's 204, 208, and we cannot get close. I mean, he's got the straight line speed of a Wildcat, and that's Lance Stroll. He's heading off. I don't know what happened to Stroll. Okay. Well, he decided to just forget how to drive, and he floors it mid-corner. Lance Stroll, what are you doing? Get out the lobby. And he just sits there. You're just gonna let everybody go past? You're waiting for us? You get stuck? Okay. Well, he got stuck, and he waited for Hamilton too. He had a clear gap, but I guess not. So 5 laps to go. Verstappen sets the fastest lap of this race, and they're actually catching up to a back marker. He's actually got a fight with Charles Leclerc, or that is Carlos Sainz, one of the 2 drivers. But we are in the points now, so we kind of can chill back and relax. But I really want to get Albon for P9. Obviously, more points. Gasly is kind of nowhere near the podium, but we go around the outside of Tarzan corner. Albon is able to defend the inside, and he's making it tough and fair. We get the space, and we kind of shut the door a little bit, but we get around Alex Albon for P9, and that was crucial to get. That was really crucial to get around Alex. I mean, it was a struggle. It was just staying behind him was just really bad, and now we have to try to kind of pull a gap. But yeah, the soft tires are just falling off the face of the earth at this point. I mean, by lap 34, lap 35, I think we're might get re-overtaken by Alex again. I mean, the front tires are destroyed at this point, and especially that front right. I mean, it's been tough, really, and I guess you could say. And well, we kind of just have to kind of manage the pace. We're not really going to catch up to Alonso, but I want to try to see if I can kind of get out of Albon's DRS range, so he doesn't really become a threat. But Albon did come very close through that part of the lap at this point. But we get stuck, and we make a massive crash through the high-speed banking. We are out of the Grand Prix. A massive accident through, I don't know the name of that corner, but that was a massive crash, and the tire absolutely fell all over the halo, and we got stuck on the curb, and big crash through the exit of that corner. What in the hell happened there? Oh my, Albon's big crash, man. Jesus. A slow-mo replay of what happened. I guess just a little bit of understeer, and I got beached, and I couldn't turn. Like I couldn't turn, and just slid off. And right here, I just ate the barrier. Massive crash. I don't know how many G's that was, but that must have been, at least 150 miles an hour through that barrier. And the tire the tire got on the halo. Actually, might have, he killed me. My own tire killed me. Or we guess, yeah, I'm dead. I'm dead. But, well, that sucks. Really no need to push like that. God damn it.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
And you could really tell today just how much of a factor the home race advantage was. Not only did they have the energy from the crowd, but they also knew every millimeter of this track. That's what the home race advantage means.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
So, Max Verstappen wins the Dutch Grand Prix, and he actually gets ahead of Charles Leclerc, and I believe that is Lando Norris. It comes home in P3, so yeah. Well, we really just, I don't know what happened there. Just really no need to push like that, and we found the barrier, and we weren't even far from home. So Bruno Famin is really not going to be happy about that. Alpine's going to be pissed, and yeah, that could have been some vital points for the team. Really could have been some vital points, as Gasly actually finished P5, so that actually would have brought home about 12 points. I mean, maybe even 11 points. Gasly really came in clutch, though. I guess you could say got some points where, there's moments where Gasly really didn't deliver, and now he's kind of repaying the favor and actually doing the opposite. So thank you, Pierre, for that. And yeah, missed opportunity, and yeah, really much of a missed opportunity. And actually, Alonso DNF'd as well, so we could have possibly gotten P8 if we just stayed out. Yikes. But I don't really know what to say at this point. More just kind of speechless and just kind of just there's really no need to push like that. But you learn the hard way, and you gotta move on. So yeah, these things happen. So that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching this video. Sorry that the commentary is a bit bad. It's been a minute, obviously, so a little bit rusty. But yeah, so thank you everybody who's been supporting this channel. I appreciate everybody for all the support. I appreciate and love you all. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your week. Have a good rest of your weekend. And I will see y'all in the next one.